Lesson 1. To love or not to love, that is the real question. The School of Gallantry. The Hawksford Residence, 1827. Caroline dragged the writing box over and carefully lined it on the bed before her. Placing a crisp new sheet of parchment on its sloped wooden surface, she smoothed a hand over it to ensure it lay flat and that it wouldn't slide. Writing was an art, and so was writing one's first love letter. Dipping the tip of a quill into the ink pot that was set within the corner recess of her writing box, she lowered the nib to the ivory parchment and elegantly scribed the following letter. My dearest, dearest Caldwell, I will be departing to Bath in a few days. My grandfather is getting too old to travel by coach, and as such Mamma and I will be making a journey to her father's estate in the hopes of providing him with the company and cheer he rarely gets. She and I will be gone for several weeks, so please ensure, in between all the revelry, that my brother peers in on my father, so I won't have to worry about my sisters. As you know, my father has a tendency to permit things he shouldn't. I am also writing with a monumental request. Upon my return, I am hoping you and I might discuss the possibility of an engagement. I know you and I are only friends, and that my coming out isn't for another 2 years, but I overheard my father debating potential prospects for me. It startled me into thinking we would be apart. I adore you, and I know by the countless hours we have spent together that you adore me too. I am therefore begging you rescue me from living a life without you. I breathlessly await your response in this, and already miss you beyond words. Ever yours, Caroline. There. Sitting up, she pinched her lips against the end of her quill, dampening the feather, and wondered if she had said too much. But then again she knew it was better to say too much than too little. Caldwell wasn't like the rest of the town. He accepted her for what she was. She never had to worry what he thought about her parents or their wild ways, because he understood that while yes, she was their daughter, she also had her own worth. It was one of the many reasons as to why she loved him. And although he had yet to know of her love, she knew in her heart that the moment her love was professed, everything between them would burst into what it was meant to be, true love. He would wordlessly gaze into her eyes, gather her into his muscled arms, and kiss her slowly and ardently and heatedly until her toes tingled and went numb, and the love he felt for her poured from his lips straight into her soul, connecting them forever and ever. Amen. The door to her bedchamber banged open as a stampede of feet barged in, startling her into glancing up. Her 4 younger sisters, Mary, Anne, Victoria, and Elizabeth, bumped into each other one by one, skidding into a unanimous halt at different heights. Caroline set the quill back into the ink pot of her writing box and shifted toward them on the bed with a breath. I realize you will all miss me to no end, given I depart in a few days, but knocking on the door is still mandatory. Victoria rattled 2 porcelain dolls at her. Not if Lord Caldwell is here. He is downstairs in the receiving room and wishes to see you at once. Caroline's stomach flipped as her hands jumped to her head. Oh no. Her hair was done up in braids. Braids! Of all days, braids made her look like she was 2. Why is he here? It isn't Thursday. Our piquet games are always on Thursday, not Monday. Victoria sighed. He obviously lost sight of the calendar. Mamma said if you keep it to 20 minutes, there is no need to call for Mrs. Peterson as long as you take the call in the parlour. Mamma is a touch busy discussing the menu with the new chef, who apparently doesn't know the difference between a soufflé and a galette.